dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Troopers are investigating a fatal shooting in Pike County that killed 2 people and sent another person to the hospital. Mac LaCritz spoke with Kentucky State Police, who say more than 100 miles away, they arrested 3 people.
2 people are dead and another injured after a shooting in the Belfry area of Pike County, according to Kentucky State Police, telling us they got reports just after 1 o'clock Friday afternoon. Troopers spent Friday afternoon going in and out of this home in the 2800 block of State Route 292. Trooper Michael Coleman with Kentucky State Police says the shooting happened inside, killing 2 and injuring another. But no arrests were made at the site of the shooting. Instead, more than 100 miles away.
There was a vehicle stolen from the residence just after the shooting, at which point multiple agencies were involved, but they were able to locate that vehicle, and 3 were taken into custody just inside Lewis County. Those 3 have been taken into custody on unrelated charges, and charges related to the shooting will be pending.
Troopers say the injured person is at the hospital, but their condition is not known. Coleman says there are still things they're trying to figure out when it comes to motive and who is the person or persons responsible.
It's going to be a lengthy investigation. The detectives, investigators are here on scene now. They're going to go through, do interviews of anyone that may have seen or heard anything. They're also going to be, taking photographs, collecting evidence.
The identities of the victims have not yet been released.
Matt LaCritz reporting. Now, we're staying in contact with Kentucky State Police and we'll share updates on this story as we get them. Now to another developing story, also out of Pike County. State Police say a trooper was injured during a crash tonight. It happened on Widows Branch Road near Phelps and involved 2 vehicles, including the trooper's cruiser. The roadway could be shut down for a little while longer. It's still not known how serious the injuries are, and no names have been released yet. Police are asking the public to keep an eye out for a wanted man. David Witt is wanted for 3 felony warrants relating to assaults on law enforcement in Pulaski and Casey counties. A felony warrant was issued on October 1st. On October 3rd, Casey County issued 2 more felony warrants. David Witt is considered dangerous. If you see him, you're asked not to approach him and call 911. A lake which sits near Cumberland Gap National Historical Park will soon become part of it. The Lexington Herald-Leader reports both the Nature Conservancy and the Conservation Fund announced this week they purchased Fern Lake and the nearby property. They say the purchase is the result of a decades-long effort to protect it from potential commercial development. The lake covers more than 100 acres on the Kentucky-Tennessee line near Middlesboro. The Pine Mountain Partnership received a grant that will help them fund the Ravens Rock Resort Lodge in Jenkins. The group was created by the Eastern Kentucky Heritage Foundation to introduce projects that will increase tourism. The $4.5 million grant will help with the construction of the lodge. They will also have a restaurant, shops, and mountain biking.
So we're super excited to be able to develop a little bit of that land, but then maintain the beauty of the rest of the mountain. Leave it pretty much undisturbed, aside from some cabins and mountain bike trails.
The project does not have a start date due to the different steps of approval they have to go through because it is grant funded. The Kentucky Steam Heritage Corporation is one step closer to completing its project called The Yard in Estill County. The project will have a concert venue, railroad museum, and help restore parts of railroad history. Kentucky Steam Heritage President Chris Campbell says it's an effort to bring more tourism to the area while providing activities for the community.
It's a really important thing to be able to have a tourist draw in this area to bring people into Eastern Kentucky. Natural Bridge State Park is one of the big things, but to have a bunch of different things to make it a destination, as well as put some more track that will come up and buy this building where we can load passengers. So we'll have a museum here, which some ex-railroaders have started and really just kind of built from scratch.
Campbell says the project will also include putting more tracks around the building. More than 250 people came out to celebrate the reopening of the Portal 31 underground mine exhibit in the Lynch community of Harlan County today. A $2.5 million renovation project began in 2018. People are encouraged to go on tours of Portal 31 to learn about the history of Harlan County coal mining. The Appalachian Big Ideas Festival in Hazard is underway. Flood recovery, Native American heritage, and other topics have been discussed. Festival coordinator Stacy Fugit says participants have remained inspired to help the region make progress.
I think momentum is still very much underway. I think people are very excited to see the progress that we have had since last year. And so that was a big part of our funders tour is, taking people to sites that are now being developed after the flood.
The festival will wrap up tomorrow with community conversations. Organizers are also encouraged to attend Oktoberfest in downtown Hazard tomorrow evening. The Kentucky Apple Festival kicked off today in downtown Paintsville and will pick back up again tomorrow at 9 a.m. with the parade tomorrow afternoon at 2. Eastern Kentucky native Tyler Booth is the music headliner tomorrow night on the main stage. Earlier today, WYMT's Olivia Calfee caught up with one local about what makes the 59 years of the Apple Festival so special.
I think seeing old friends, people that you've known for years, and you just don't get to touch base with them very often, and throwing your hand up from across the street, and then they stop by and you shake hands. I think that's, relationships what the whole world's built on. And I think that's the number one thing is that Apple Day is in our hearts. And this is where we come and we see all of our friends from years past.
Now also in downtown Paintsville this weekend is Alley Fest. Singer Oliver Anthony took the stage about 10:30 this evening, and tomorrow night Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder are headlining. Both events taking place in downtown Paintsville. A big weekend there and in many places across the region. The Kingdom Come Swappin' Meeting will continue tomorrow on the Southeast Kentucky Community and Technical College campus in Cumberland. It runs from 9 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. Events include workshops and activities designed for young people and also focuses on the strong tradition of storytelling in our region. There's also a gospel concert, classic car and bike cruise-in, sorghum demonstration, and theater workshop. Keeneland's fall meet kicked off today, and it was a beautiful day in central Kentucky for racing. Crowds turned out to bet on their favorites. Behind the scenes, track officials are taking new steps to keep horses safe as racegoers bet on their favorite horses. Equine specialists at Keeneland are betting on a new safety technology called Stride Safe.